What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Financial Wolf channel. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing taxes when it comes to selling items on eBay. So I'm guessing most of you guys do not know too much about taxes, but it is important to learn a lot about taxes because the more you know about them, the less of them you will pay. The more you learn about taxes and how they work, the more potential write-offs you can discover that will then decrease your annual tax bill. I was actually reading a book not too long ago, and I read that most people work 4 to 5 months of the year just to pay their taxes. By that I mean 4 to 5 months of an individual's pay is taken from him or her and given to the government. Now that you guys have a little bit of knowledge about how taxes affect your general income, I want to get into how taxes work when selling items on eBay. As you guys are probably familiar, I have done a lot of business on eBay over the past 6 to 7 months, so I am pretty familiar with how taxes work on the platform. If you have gross sales of over $20,000 over the past year on eBay and have over 200 transactions documented on your account, you should receive a 1099K tax form from eBay. After you receive a 1099K form from eBay, all you pretty much do is write down your total profits after all expenses. So this is why it is super important to keep a spreadsheet of everything you buy, how much you buy it for, and how much you ended up selling it for, and how much you end up making after all expenses. So guys, if you haven't started doing that, I urge you to start now, because when tax season comes around, or when eventually you guys will hit over $20,000 in gross sales, it is important to have that information recorded. So I know some of you guys are probably thinking, oh wow, $20,000 in gross sales just to pay taxes? I will never hit that high of numbers. So let me break it down to you guys, and I want to show you guys that it is really not that difficult to hit $20,000 in gross sales. To hit $20,000 in gross sales for the entire year, all you have to do is have total sales of $1,667.67 for an entire month. Break that down even more, that is only $384.62 a week, or $54.79 a day. So that just goes to show you guys it is not that difficult to hit $20,000 in gross sales for an entire year. So that is why I urge you guys right now to start keeping track of your business's profits each and every single month. First of all, it keeps you guys organized with your businesses, and it lets you know how much you're making every month. And it also helps you a lot when it comes to tax season, because you have to know how much you're making to be able to report income tax on it. Some information that will really help you guys in the upcoming tax season is you should keep track of what you buy your devices for. If you're reselling iPhones, you should keep track of what you're buying your devices for, what you're selling them for, and all of the profits after everything. You should also keep track of how much you're driving to and from phone meetups. That will help you with your tax write-offs. And a third thing you should do is to actually bring bill of sales to all of your phone meetups. So if the person that you're buying the phone from signs it, it's just an extra proof to the IRS that you are in fact buying these devices from someone and you're just not, stealing them. To keep all of this information organized, I suggest buying some sort of folder. That's what I did, and putting all of that information in there. This just helps you at the end of the year when tax season comes around and you're not like in a huge, rush to get everything, scrambled together. So I am almost positive that the amount you pay for eBay taxes depends on the state you live in. I have not been through the tax process on eBay personally, but I will probably go through that this year. Also note that you are not taxed on the amount of gross sales you have. So for example, if you have $50,000 of gross sales and you only make $10,000, you will only be taxed by the government for the $10,000 of profits you make from selling. For this video, we are only talking eBay sales as well. So if you have sales on Mercari and you also sell locally, that can't really be tracked by the IRS. So if you are selling on eBay, you are only taxed on the amount you make from the platform. To sum things up, us phone flippers do not pay a lot of taxes on our income because we don't strictly sell on eBay. We sell on Mercari, we sell locally, and we sell a lot of other places. And also on top of that, eBay sellers do have some write-offs I want to go through. So some eBay tax write-offs that are approved by the IRS include the cost of purchasing the item you're selling or to the cost of fixing up the item you're selling. Another deduction that is approved by the IRS is the use of your vehicle. So if you're driving somewhere to pick up, a phone, for example, that can be written off on your taxes as a business expense. Another write-off you can do is obviously advertising expenses, especially if you're drop shipping on eBay. You will have to spend some money on advertising in some cases. Another expense that is approved by the IRS, and this is the final one I'm going to mention today, is your phone and internet bill. So you can actually write off a portion of your internet bill on your eBay taxes, which I found super interesting. With that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope I brought you guys a lot of value today. So of course there are other ways to file income tax for eBay resellers, but I just mentioned one today, and it is probably the method that most of us kind of beginners are going to be using. So obviously you can form an LLC for those that are a little bit more advanced. I don't personally have an LLC, and I do not recommend that you guys start one yet. Maybe if you're around that, $40,000, $3,000 profit a month, that kind of crazy numbers, I would suggest starting an LLC. But for now, just stick with the regular eBay 1099K, and they'll send it to you at the end of the year, and it's just a less of a hassle. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you made it to the end, please be sure to give this video a like and also subscribe to be one of the first 250 subscribers to my YouTube channel.